Nation of Fit in 10. It is day 49. Actually, it's almost day 50 because it's kind of late here, but we're still day 49. This video will be going up late. And we had some great scan results today, by the way. It's very, very, very good. There are some people, by the way, who admittedly, slipped up during their second semester, right? Your second semester. First semester is between scan 1 and 2. Second semester is between scan 2 and 3. Third semester is coming up, of course. They loosened up a bit. So it's a reminder to you, and I've said this before. You heard me say this in the beginning. You probably heard me say this if you were at the explanation of this program before it started. For lack of better words, a sales presentation. I hate calling it that. The secret in this is the consistency with the food. That is the secret in this. Believe me, I know it happens every time. People say, well, man, I'll do a high day and then I'll do a low day. And, or they might feel like they have a good feel for things, so they're just going to estimate. Maybe they'll have 1 or 2 off days, but it's actually more than that. And they're like, I can't really make that much of a difference. It all makes a difference. It makes a difference, trust me. If it didn't make a difference, I would be honest with you, and I would just say it doesn't make a difference. But you know it makes a difference, and you can see this. Anyways, okay, I can't stress it enough, and I'll keep stressing it. Okay, back to your questions here. All right, so I don't know if I finished this person's question here. I don't think I did. I think I was in the third question here, or last question, I should say, or comment. Some days, this person writes, some days I am working out more than the required amount as I go for 8K walk, and then I do cardio for 45 minutes, and I clean my house. I enjoy the cardio and the walk, but then I feel very hungry. Any suggestions? I don't know how often you're doing this, but if this is the case and you're following your macros, you should be getting better results than expected. So let's see. Actually, we already did your scan today, and we know how that went. So, which tells me that you are eating over your macros. Okay, and of course, I don't need to go into it because this is just between you and I. Anyways, stick to your macros, all right? Unless you are training for some other event, or you're doing this a lot, maybe we can sit down and talk, or not, maybe we could sit down and talk about this. I'm talking about anybody out there. I'm not just talking about the person who wrote me this. But to this person, we already talked about this today, so I don't really need to dive into this, okay? In general, when it comes to this type of thing, just stick to your macros, all right? If you're doing excessive amount of exercise because that's just what you do, then we'll chat about it, okay? But for the sake of this challenge, stick to your macros. All right. Moving right along here. Okay, this question for some reason showed up twice. Okay, name something specific you can improve on for the following week. I will get in at least 3 cardio sessions. I missed 1 this last week, the only one I missed so far. Okay, well, that's not so bad. I will get some steps in at lunch time on my work days. All right, let's set an amount for that, okay? Something you can be accountable to. My confidence dipped a little bit this week, and I felt like I was going to fail, but I think I've turned the corner and recommitted myself to the process. Yeah, this is an interesting thing. Sometimes we can be our own worst enemy, as trite as that may sound, but this is really, really true. How we feel and what is actually happening. So this is why, you've heard me say about getting emotional about things, and there's different ways we can think of being emotional about things. It doesn't mean like, feeling defeated per se. It just might mean like doing things in a non-pragmatic or, methodical manner. And so we really want to be like, when it comes to stuff like this, just like you would be if you're formulating a business plan or something, we want to be more non-emotional about this. This is the hardest thing, and this is the reason why most people, in my opinion, this is purely my opinion, but I really believe it's true. This is why most people fail with diets. More than anything is, obviously they're not doing things correctly, but they're following they're taking an emotional direction towards their plan. This is the problem, and I understand it. I'm not beating up for it. Been there myself. So, listen, we want to just have faith in what we're doing. If we know that we messed up, all right, well, we know we messed up. So we just move forward and try to do our best and try to improve upon that. Try not to mess up again. All right. But I do want to remind you that everything is a choice. I'm not saying it's easy, but everything is a choice. And of course, it's up to you. Now, how you feel about something and how something actually is, those are two different things, remember. Okay? So, I'm not saying you ought to be a robot. Okay? You shouldn't have any feelings. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, we need to treat this thing like we would any other thing. For lack of better words, I'm tired here, obviously. Anything, any endeavor, whatever, any goal, any challenge, whatever you're working towards, you need to think of it. You need to put it down on paper, and you need to think it out, right? Not let your emotions guide you. Okay? Any decision I've made in my life that's been emotional based has generally not been a good decision. It just doesn't work out that way. And I think you could probably relate. I'm sure we can all relate. Anyways, I don't know exactly what happened here. So maybe you want to elaborate. We'll chat about it maybe tomorrow. How are we doing for time? 7 minutes. Okay, let's make this video short. Well, let's read the last question on the side here. Is there anything you'd like me to cover in this week's video series? What should we expect to plan for after the challenge? All right, let's do this tomorrow. Would you recommend we continue eating some similar macros in the long run? Talk about this tomorrow, because I will definitely go over time with this. By the way, you do get an exit strategy on paper. It tells you exactly what to do post-challenge. All right, message of the day. The truth hurts. That's not the message of the day. The message of the day is this, day 49. Results speak for themselves. The results speak for themselves. All right? Now, are there outliers? Yes. Are there many outliers? Certainly not. That's why they're outliers. So this holds true for 99.9999% of people. Results speak for themselves. If we're not getting results, we need to start to look at exactly what we're doing, right? And this goes for anything that you're working towards. Anything in life, really. So the easiest way to get around this, as I mentioned before, is self-responsibility, okay? Look for the areas, even if you're doing well, I still say, are there any areas in this that you can brush up upon? Are there any big areas you can brush up upon, okay? I'm sure there's going to be, at least some of you, I'm sure all of you, can find something that you can, improve upon this challenge, okay? Or maybe greatly improve upon. All right, and just, again, another reminder that the consistency of your food is the secret in this. It is the secret. Believe me. All right, I'm not gonna say any more. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, and for the love of God, give some gratitude. I'll talk to y'all later. How am I doing for time? Oh, good. Under 10 minutes. Well done, Mark.